Of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D! Turtle Eve. Ha
ha. D-Mac is back here in the house. That's right, it is. It's the 25th, isn't it? All right. I like it, D-Mac. I like it.
We got to do something special tomorrow, then.
We will. Yeah, we are, actually. We had talked about that, D-Mac. For those that don't know, Spencer Raxter in the building.
Hello.
He's back, baby.
I'm back.
What's up?
Not much. Just had to get a new tire. Pop my tire, so.
How'd you do that?
Driving.
I know.
On the road.
Chase in the Chase Lounge. Chase, what's going on?
Living, man.
L-I-V?
L-I-V-I-N.
I-N, man. I like it.
Chase said that if you got to eat the frog, eat it in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chase is a fan of frog legs for breakfast.
Yeah,
Hey.
frog legs for breakfast.
Frog legs are good.
essentially
you
get the
get?
worst part of your day over with early, and then
worst
the rest
part
of your day
of
is
your
easy, in comparison.
Makes sense.
It 100% makes sense. But no, D-Mac, and I'm glad you brought that up because tomorrow is March 26th, and it is the quote-unquote anniversary of everything like that, like it always is. And you and I I've never gotten to sit down and ask you the questions I want to ask. And I found that there's the questions that I want to ask, I think, are a lot of what the common sports fan, wants to ask. And I know that whole Claude Lemieux thing, I was originally scheduled to MC that thing, and I couldn't because I had a soccer thing going. But I'm going to do it my way tomorrow.
You mean I could bust out the interview angle?
Yeah.
Love that angle.
Yeah, there we go. That is dope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the interview angle.
I love
Big
it.
D Energy.
And a couple things. So if that I'll be here to answer all questions, transparent as possible, as much as I can remember from 28 years ago. Remember everything. What are you talking about? From my perspective anyways, but what I would like in return from everybody here and even the people in the chat, where were you?
Where were you?
The 28-year anniversary, I'm gathering the stories. I know where I was, but where were you guys, and how do you remember it? Because I love hearing whether it was, I heard a story that it was a guy got home from work and he was watching the game, waiting for his wife to have to go out for dinner, and they always went out for dinner, the special spot, and she was looking forward to it, and he was sitting there watching it alone, and she walked in and the fight was going on, and he turned to her and said, "Order whatever you want, whatever, like, we ain't leaving," like this and that. And he was jumping up and down, and the way he explained the story, I thoroughly enjoy that. So we will get into it tomorrow. And again, Chase, you're not 28, are you?
I'm only 27. I'm pretty sure I was conceived.
Look
when
at
my
all the
parents were
kids
celebrating
around here that weren't
97,
even
D-Mac.
born. Spenny, you're not that old.
I am. I'm 28.
You born 96?
96, yep.
Wow. So, but I mean, like that's the thing that blows my mind more than anything else, Neil. It's just like that it's that far away.
Well, and it's one of those red letter days too, where you remember what you were doing. It's crazy. It's crazy how it all ended up playing out, man. And I would say, as it goes on, I would say that moment, and I'm already using up the good stuff for tomorrow. And I don't think I'm being grandiose or anything when I say this. That moment probably trumps at least one of the Stanley Cups.
Oh no, that moment.
At least one.
Here it is.
Maybe two of them.
That moment, right, when I am asked any question, the Lemieux thing has to happen. We need to score the overtime. I don't need to score the overtime goal. I don't need to score that goal against Philly. We need to win that game. So if you say I can have one thing to do, it's making sure that this
Gotta slay that dragon.
paid the price, because it's the history, it's the domino effect, it's everything like that. And we'll talk more about it tomorrow.
Yes.
But what I tell everybody is think about it from my perspective.
Yeah.
And I'll break it down. But I don't care if you're Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, Quentin Tarantino, Steven Spielberg, whoever the greatest screenwriter, movie, whatever it is. you cannot write a better script for the game of how it played out with the gravitas of what was at stake. And how many times, Neil, right? And it only happens a few times. And we've had where the game exceeds any expectations or what was going on. Everybody knew something was going on with the buzz. So it'll be great to go down memory lane tomorrow.
And, you got to slay the dragon before you get the girl.
You know what? Usually, Spenny, then that way you don't get burnt.
Yep.
Right? If you go the other way, you got a chance of getting fire up your ass.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're definitely going to get into that tomorrow. I'm talking like 2 to 3 segments, maybe more. Like it could be an hour of the show. It could be, because I'm going in a way that nobody else has gone in on it before. Spending whatever kind of footage you want to cook up, which I know we have some stock. So, we'll do it that way. Jump into the chat, by the way. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. We just crossed 80,000 subs. Thank you all for that. Tammy Chin, I will give you one of the cups, Neil. Yes. Like that's it is.
But dude, and that's messed up too, because, and I know we're getting off track, but I don't know. How do you choose which one to give back? If I had to give one back,
not the first one,
not the first, not the second, not the last. It'd be the Hall of Fame one. It would be the 02 one, just because of the storylines behind all the rest.
No, absolutely. Dante 151 sucks to see Mrazek go down with a lower body injury last night. Yeah, we'll get on to the Red Wings a little bit. They're back. We're back. We're back in it. Everything's back. Here we go. You back? I'm back. Are you back? I'm back. We're back. Let's go. But yeah, we have all that. We got some Tiger stuff to get into. Dr. Pierce will join us coming up about 12:20. He's back. You know what? I want to know. How are we waiting for a nerve to wake up? Like, let's cut the shit, all right? Like, they're waiting for the nerve to wake up. What are we talking about here?
I don't know.
So I'm going to ask. Maybe I'm the ass, which is wholly possible. It's wholly possible that is the case. So I'm going to ask the doc about that. But yeah, Danny G, will Stick ever admit to being wrong? I don't know. That's a Stick question. Stick's here, but he's not here like in the room right now. So we got all that stuff to get to. I did want to talk about this for a second too, because this is the first time that this has happened to me. D-Mac, I've told you before, right, where when you come in this business and you're working your way through and you get like little signs that I made it, right? Like you get asked to take photos at the airport, stuff like that. You made it, right? Like those are the little check marks. I had the latest episode of that happen to me yesterday, D-Mac. I made it. I got an alert from X that my account was signed into from somewhere in Oklahoma. And then the password was changed and everything. So my account got hacked. My X account got hacked.
Rip.
So I made it, right?
You made it.
That's it.
How?
You remember when
So
the
how
Twitter
do you go about getting it back?
I don't know. I'm working through that right now.
So
X isn't the most responsive.
Should I tweet at Neil Roll right now? See if I get a response.
You remember when the Woodward X got hacked?
Yes, that was pretty funny. I got to ring that bell.
Couple weeks.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I know, because like, look,
ask Joey. Joey got it.
Joey's the guy that gets everything.
Joey
done.
got it done. Yeah.
And for those that don't know, around Woodward, if something goes down and you need the streets on your side,
just hit up
Joey's your guy.
Joey, yeah, everybody loves Joey. Everybody knows Joey.
I don't know how he does it.
He knows everybody.
He knows everybody, and everybody messes with Joey.
And like low key behind the scenes, right? Because you and I were having a conversation over the past week of trying to get something, connections and stuff like this, and I was like, I put a call in, but I haven't heard anything back, and then I said to you, I go, why don't you ask Joey?
Yeah.
Boom,
it was done.
And it was like that, and then I text you back, and I go, hey, I'm gonna work on that. Oh no, we're all set. Like 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
So
that guy
Joey
literally knows
Nemu has
everybody.
more pull than I do.
Yeah, Joey's the guy, man. He's the man of the streets.
And can I do a real quick shout out? Shout out to my mom's cousin Ephraim Rizzi. It's his birthday today, so he's one of my Italian cousins out there in Italy. So happy birthday to him.
Well, shout out
Shout out to him.
Buon pomeriggio.
One of the owners of Casa de Rizzi, which is the vineyard out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to go out there and see. Really bad. Like really.
You do
really bad.
actually. Burn, Neil, just call up Elon on his personal phone. Maybe I will. I don't know.
We could go to the Tesla shareholders meeting.
And I could question?
Yeah. Hey, Elon.
I don't own any stock.
Yeah.
But my X account got hacked.
Yeah.
So like, what are we doing?
I'll get you in. I got a couple shares. It's
Okay.
Yeah, I'm part of the machine.
There you go. I like
I
it.
made a lot of money off it.
Real cream of wheat. Oh, so Neil that messaged me on X didn't need $1,000. I do. It's actually only in Bitcoin though.
Yes, only in Bitcoin. You can link your Coinbase account.
Yeah.
Throw in a super chat.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. So
Neil needs $10,000 from you to help a Saudi prince, so you can just send that to him only on Bitcoin or Microsoft gift cards.
yeah, one of the two.
One of the two. Yeah.
Or today only, I can take Apple gift cards too. So there's that
There
out
you go.
there.
Yeah.
There's that out there as well. But yeah, so it was William Turnbull. I miss it when it was called Twitter. I agree with you.
Twitter was way better.
You need 2 syllables.
Yeah.
Anything cool has 2 syllables. Facebook.
I
Neil.
like tweet. Just seems. Did you get my tweet? That was just cool.
Yep. Not the Facebook.
Yeah. No.
Facebook.
Yeah.
It's cleaner.
Spencer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
D-Mac.
D-Mac. Yep.
Chase. Neil.
Chase Lounge.
Chase Lounge.
Thanks, D-Mac.
Got it.
Neil Rule.
Neil Rule.
That's
yeah.
it.
Mike G. Neil, did your Twitter account get posted with the U.S.-Yemen war plans by any chance? No, not that I know of. Art Vandalay. Neil needs $10K to help with his driving violation. I did roll through the stop sign yesterday. D-Mac, you missed it.
That's how they get you.
I came in right at the buzzer yesterday. Rolled through a stop sign on the way to work yesterday and got popped. Woodward Sports Super Chat, by the way. You can jump into there if you want to skip the line. Matt K754, can we welcome Carson Kosowski to the world, boys? I became an uncle last night.
Shout out.
Cheers.
Big Unc Matt K.
Yeah, Big Hunk Matt K. I like that one.
There we
yeah.
go.
Congrats, my friend. Congrats.
It's a very good feeling. You get I love it personally. You get all of the fun of having a child with none of the responsibility. Like anytime I visit my nephew or my nephew comes over, I just play with him and he loves me. And then if he
don't have to discipline.
he shits his pants, I'm like, hey, Dylan, come get your boy.
Yeah.
And
Or he's crying or he doesn't want to do something.
Yeah, I just put him down and his mom comes and grabs him and I get to go smoke a joint in the backyard. It's fucking awesome.
It's Spenny's life.
It's awesome. Very. All of the fun, none of the responsibility. It's perfect.
It's the Thanksgiving of holidays.
It really is.
Being an uncle is like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There's there's nothing that you're responsible for. But yeah, busy day yesterday. I rolled through a stop sign. X account got hacked. Like there was a lot going on.
Big I don't know, big corporation out to get you.
They can't keep me down,
Yeah,
Spenny.
no.
They can't keep me
It's
down.
the company.
I do want to
you.
get into it. Red Wings, the Tigers, and stuff. We will get things rolling when we come back. I think the Red Wings are back.
They're back.
I think they're back.
I think that's safe to say.
Well, Buddy's Pizza's always back.
You know, you can always expect 5 points out of your fourth line. Expect that on a nightly basis.
100%, man, of course. Buddy's Pizza's back because they never win anywhere because they've been in the game since 1946. That's right, 79 years. A dedicated community partner, all of that as well with the Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, Detroit Zoo. And, oh, yeah, the pizza's incredible, as you know. As Sean Belizean says, look at the light crusting there on the pan. That's about as good as it gets. You're going to get Buddies anyway, so use the promo code 10meal and you'll save 10% just for showing up, just for putting 10meal in for the promo code. Find a location. Go to buddiespizza.com. There's 22 of them in Michigan, so I know that there's one near you, and you can get that deliciousness for 10% off with the promo code 10meal. It's Buddies since 1946. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Merch?
Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. Get the very best in Detroit sports wearables. Gear up for the Pistons playoff run. Get ready for Tigers opening day. We'll be down there in the mix, and you can be a part of it all. And don't forget the NFL draft. Get the F Them Pick shirts. And if you want to boo the kids, you can still boo the kids too. We're still selling them. People are still buying them. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We are off and running. Neil Rule, D-Mac back in the fold, chasing the Chase Lounge. We have Spencer Raxter as well. There's a lot of Tiger stuff that we're going to get to. We're certainly going to get to the basketball tournament stuff. But D-Mac,
Tigers are back.
The Red Wings are back.
Red Wings are back.
Big win yesterday in Utah, so we're back, right, D-Mac?
Hold on. Congratulations, Sauce Watson. I'm happy they called him up. Great hands by the big man. Tip, first goal as a Red Wing, but they played a solid game. Obviously, you lose them. Mrazek was tough, but Lyon came in, did what Lyon does, and doesn't get any easier. It's just, isn't it apropos that they're in Colorado tonight?
Of course they are.
You know, so, yeah, you know, it is disappointing. Just because they're getting there. It's such a better team than they were at the beginning of the year. It's just a little too late, and along the way you can't afford to go on the losing streak that they went on. It's going to come back and bite you in the ass, and it seems like we're talking about it at the same time. I saw a stat, right, from the last 3 years, from like the end of February to the beginning of March in that same stretch. I think they've won one game in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like did you see that stat, Spenny?
Yeah,
It's ridiculous for that time of year. So it's frustrating for all of us that had them, you know, get into the playoffs, and especially when the coaching changed. But at the end of the day, you're seeing younger guys. Maybe we'll see, you know, more call-ups and more opportunities, but just too much to overcome.
No, I mean, it is. And
it's just part of saying there's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance. Run it off. Win again tonight. Win again Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself the opportunity. It's just it doesn't seem likely. I think going into last night, they were a 7% chance to make the playoffs. I know longer way back where the Tigers came from. So, I mean, you never know.
The thing about it was, D-Mac, and as I'm watching the game, right, and I'm excited because they won, and I'm happy that they won and stuff like that. But then, like, I look at the score updates, and here's how I know. This was a little sign, right, where I'm just going to wait till tonight. But if they win tonight, everybody will be back on board. Do you think so? Because I think so. If they win tonight.
They're back.
Well,
Yeah. No, Spenny's on board now.
Yeah.
Are you on board now, Spenny?
No.
Okay. Good talk.
I think it'll get the excitement even more up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of going to focus on something else. But, yeah, now's the time. It's put up or shut up. So how many games they have left?
We're at 12, I want to say.
I mean, they got to win 10 of them. Minimum. So,
well,
I mean,
of
is
course
that more likely in the NHL than playing 666 baseball? Even though they did.
Even though they did.
Right? So, I don't know. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But, you know, like it's – I like what I'm seeing, and I guess I go back to these guys were written off and apathetic earlier in the season, so at least I see a future, and I see how big next year is, you know, in the next few years with all the young guys. So, yeah, go out and beat Colorado tonight, and then you'll have more people back. That'll make biggest game of the year Thursday against Ottawa at home.
Here's the thing, though, D-Mac, and it made me laugh yesterday because I felt myself like, all right, well, let's take a look at the standings and see what's going on and all that kind of stuff. And then I saw down at the bottom of the screen on FanDuel Sports Network, I saw the update on the Columbus Islanders game. And I saw the Islanders were up 3-2, and there were like 10 minutes left in the third. I said, guaranteed that game's going to overtime. Guaranteed. And then like 3 minutes later, Columbus scored, tied it at 3, and then I think Columbus won in overtime.
But there's a
So then the Islanders get rewarded for losing.
Yeah. It's on the Islanders.
Of course they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course they did. And you don't realize
The 3-point game. The 3-point game is what
is a
screws
killer.
you down at the end of the year.
And it's so dumb, dude. It's so dumb. And look, I talked about it last year. I'll talk about it this year as well. And look, did the Red Wings do enough as constructed right this moment in the season to be in the playoffs? No. Don't get this twisted. No, they have not. At this point today, they do not deserve to be in the playoffs, and that's fair. And that's fair to say.
And they'll get slaughtered if they make it in the first round.
100%.
But you still want to see them make it.
And all that's true. But it doesn't change the fact that it's stupid that you get rewarded for losing. And I don't care what you say in the chat thread right now. You say, well, no, Neil, you get the point for going to overtime. No, you get rewarded for losing the game by 50%. Like, it's insane. And why does no one care about this? For real. Does anybody else think that's stupid? Because I think it's stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
The whole NHL playoff system is stupid. The way they don't just seed them 1 through 8. You have to play your in-division opponent for the 2 versus 3 and trying to force these fake rivalries. It's how Edmonton gets to play the LA Kings every year and beat them in 7 and go off to the second round and play whoever comes out of the other side of the bracket. But it's just it's stupid.
The whole thing's dumb. It feels like a gimmick, and I don't.
It is kind of gimmicky.
Here's how. Is anybody against this? Like, if you win, you get 3 points. If you win in overtime, you get 2. And if you lose in overtime, you get 1. Is anybody against this?
No.
No, it's soccer, right? Sort of soccer analogy.
Well, without getting rewarded for winning a game that's played in a game that's not the game that you just got done playing for 2 hours. So I guess it comes back to this then. Do you just go back to it being a tie? Has the shootout kind of run its course?
I like the shootout.
I don't think so because it's the entertainment, right? Like the overtime, 3-on-3 overtime, that's, that draws people's interest too.
I mean, I'd rather see them give you 2 points for winning in regulation. You only get 1 point for winning in overtime and prioritize winning in 60 minutes. Don't make it go the extra 5. Don't make it go to a shootout. You play the game to win. That's
how I have it. And that's why I don't know if you do the 3 points thing for the regulation win. You know what I'm saying? That's a heavy reward for winning it. I don't know. It's dumb that we're at this point again. And we're not. And I know that I'm sounding aggrieved because it's going to be my team that doesn't make the playoffs. But I'm setting that aside. Remember, I gave you the qualifier. As this season sits right now, the Red Wings have not done enough to be in the playoffs. They haven't. But the NHL season setup is stupid. And you'll never convince me otherwise. D-Mac, you tell me. You played your career.
I know, but I didn't. But again, I went through all the different inclinations. So when we set the league record back in '96, 62 wins, 62, 17, and 3, I think. But that was ties. So back in the day. So it'd be interesting. How does it end up if you run it through your, analogy, right, to whatever else? And I think that the biggest to that point was last year. Last year you would have made the playoffs with the wins.
Right.
If you're going to value regular season wins, and you're going to value wins. So, I don't know. But here's the whole thing with me, right? Let's, be realistic here. I never missed playoffs. 4-time Stanley Cup champion. So we're having these conversations like it's the end of the world. I'm making the playoffs. Shut up. No, that's not winning. That is not winning. So to the fact of getting to the next level, see, these are things that the teams at the top never worry about, right? These are all middle of the garbage, teams that. And I know it's the playoffs. Well, it's a hockey, and all you got to do is get in the dance. Yes, I understand that, but you're trying to you're not separating the top because the top teams will be the top teams. It's that 4 to 12.
Right.
Right in that. So again, I think that sort of point system would benefit the Detroit Red Wings. Right? They're sort of that team, whereas you just made the analogy where the Islanders, are picking up points in overtime. So I don't know. I think they're working on other things. I just think you got to be better.
Which I agree.
You got to fucking be better. You're not so you could say that at your ceiling you're a playoff team. But what does that get you? Right? I want to win championships. So, and I think that's the difference between Steve's mentality is that not sacrificing this year. Like, so what if you made the playoffs this year? Does it change anything? Yeah, it'd be great to have
Feel
Dylan
better
Larkin
about your
playing his
season.
first playoff game. It'd be great to have one down at LCA, but really, wouldn't you rather have it if it's next year and you're actually got a legitimate shot where you've added that guy or whatever? To me, but I'm biased because you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, there could be something done. I'm sure there's conversations, but these are things that the teams at the top that win games don't worry about. You think Washington's worried about this right now? Vegas?
No.
Tampa? What did see? What were we talking about a month ago, right? Where okay, it was time, made the change, win streak, everything. We're right there with Tampa, all this stuff. Like, what's Tampa done since then? Right? Just went, oh shit, we better make some space between us. We're a good team. Let's pull ahead. Like good teams do that. So I just don't think you're there yet, but I think you're getting there. The excitement and the youth and everything else. So I understand the frustration. But again, we could be coming in here tomorrow after a big win tonight, and it's not over yet. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's there's a chance.
As it sits right now, just to give everybody the update, the Canadians have the last playoff spot. They played 69 games. They have 75 points. The Red Wings are 3 back. They played 70 games. They have 72 points. The Islanders have 74. The Rangers have 74. The Blue Jackets have 73. We have 72. So that's where it sits. And last night, 3 points were awarded in the Islanders-Blue Jackets game for some stupid reason. And I don't care. You'll never convince me otherwise that that's not stupid. That's stupid. And no one talks about it. You get rewarded for losing.
I get it.
Because you lost later, you get rewarded. And you get 50% of winning for losing.
Great arguments, Neil. Where you get a meeting with Batman or what?
I would love to look him in the eye and ask him that. Say, Gary, I don't know if you know this or not. Are you aware that you get rewarded for losing
Because
in the NHL?
It's the competition.
And other sport.
It's the
that
NHL
happens.
because what do they value? You locked in the last week of the season because there's 6 teams vying for 3 points. Or 3 places, right? Like, look at the mad scramble at the end of the year. This is like the way the NHL's set up. So, not my game, bud.
Okay. It bothers me a lot, dude.
Well,
it does. And we only talk about this at the end, but I wanted to get out in front of it so it doesn't sound like whining.
That's good.
Because it's stupid. Red Wings get in, it's still stupid. Red Wings don't get in, it's still stupid.
Well, I would have thought that after last year, the way that they didn't make the playoffs, having more wins would have thrown you off the boat even quicker.
RM Dole. Tampa had a Norris-caliber defenseman and a 50-goal scoring center.
Yeah, because they're a good friggin' team.
Yes, they did. All right, let's take the first break. There is something that one other Red Wings thing I do want to get to. We are going to get to the NCAA stuff as well.
Tigers are back.
Tigers are back. We're going to talk about the
Torts
Tigers.
back. Honestly, congratulations to Spencer Torkelson. Fantastic spring. Can't get much better than what he did out there in the spring. Now go do it in the summer.
Cool story.
Now go do
say,
it.
let's see
now
that
go,
shit against
now go
real
do it in the
pitching.
summer, but take it for what it is. You see what you got. He's over.
I mean, I'd rather him be like that than
over 1,000 OPS in spring. You can't ask for anything better
no.
than that.
I'd rather it be that way than the other way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Ask Matt Manning.
Yes. Jesus.
Lady Jane's?
Lady Jane's.
Absolutely.
Lady Jane's?
At Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Talented stylists will deliver an industry-leading haircut, a relaxing scalp massage, or a hot leather neck shave, or a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters. Woodward Sports.
Mark White should be your first choice if you're looking to buy or sell your home. He will save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs. Just visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White should be your first choice.
All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, D-Mac, Darren McCarty here back in the fold. KG is back in the Billy. KG, what's really good?
Hey, I'm chilling, man. What's good with you?
Oh, man, I'm living.
You're a little pissed off, man. I think Gary
Because
Bettman,
it's stupid.
he might be trying to shut you down, man.
And it's, you know what it is? It's a parlay.
Shut him down.
It's a parlay. That's what gets
Maybe
me mad about it.
Batman went after your Twitter so you couldn't go on rants.
Well, during the break, KG said I was on my Kanye arc right now because Chase brought up the fact that geniuses aren't recognized until they're gone. And for those that missed the first segment, my Twitter account got hacked yesterday, so I've come full circle now. They're trying to silence me.
I don't know if the Kanye arc is where you want to be at right now, but we'll see.
Well, no, I'm not like, it's a similar story. Yeah, it's a similar story.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put a room full of mirrors in my house so I can be surrounded by winners, right?
Hey, trust me, if the content banging, it don't matter. So.
That is true. But it's dumb to me that you get rewarded for losing in the NHL.
Yes.
50% of the value of winning. And it bothered me yesterday, and I know that it's probably not going to have any impact on the Red Wings, but the Blue Jackets Islanders game, they were playing for 3 points in that game, and that's stupid, and you'll never convince me otherwise. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there, get your thoughts. If you want to skip the line, go ahead, take advantage of the super chat. Thomas Perry, common sense is popular again, Uncle Neil. The NHL will pull their heads out and change it back. They won't.
Yeah, nah, not a chance.
That's
why they're trying to silence you.
When has common sense ever been popular?
Yeah, I don't get how no one ever talks about this. No one ever. Well, Neil, regulation wins as a tiebreaker. Well, you don't need a tiebreaker if you get rewarded for losing 16 times in 25% of the season.
Bingo.
Like that's just dumb to me. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and I'll never understand it. But Red Wings play again tonight, as a matter of fact. They are in Colorado to take on the Avalanche. So if they win today, they're back. If they lose, it's over again.
I feel like we've had this conversation a few times about them being bad.
Well, but I guess, are you ever out if you get rewarded for losing?
You're never out
I guess
if
that's
you
the
can come
question.
back.
Yeah.
Question for you, D-Mac. Mike G. Neil, do you like the Islanders rink? Yeah, it's great. Great arena they have there. Made of Legos in the parking lot of a horse track. Look it up on Google Earth. But D-Mac, it's just real quick. This Red Wings team this year, and I saw they popped up this stat during the broadcast. The Red Wings power play is 29% this year. And it's the best it's ever been in Red Wings history. Like with Sergei on defense, it wasn't clipping at 29%. I saw that stat and was blown away that their power play is that good and they're not going to get in the playoffs.
No, which goes to show you, right? Because here's the whole thing.
That was sobering, man.
No, it's been carrying them all for the most part goals all year. But what's their penalty? See, here's the whole thing. right? Defense wins championships. It's not, but their power play is 29, which is the best, but their PK is probably 70%, which is one of the worst ever. Go back and look at see that stat. So the disparaging part is, and at the time, what you want, and how many excuse me, how many times do you see this, right? You get that power play in the game, and you have that high percentage, and you want to, and you need to score, and you can't, but you got to shut that down.
Currently the third worst all-time penalty kill in NHL history by this Red Wings team.
So
Did you say third worst?
third
All
worst
time.
of all
All
time.
time.
What,
The
do-
only- the only
what did
two
I?
words.
What have I been preaching the whole fucking time?
What?
About this season, Spenny? What have I been saying? I said don't look anywhere else except for what their penalty killing is.
Yeah.
And it hasn't got. It's gone over 7. What's it at? 70%.
69.3.
Yeah. You want to know why they're not back? That's it right there. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's his Neil. That's more distraught to me than impressive that the power play is that good. So they can get it done. But there's the little things behind it. Third worst ever in the history. What's more impressive? That or the fact that this is the best power play? Because at the end of the day, you want to see why you are where you're at. And that is exactly why. So it doesn't matter that your power play and you can score this and that. It's when you score it. But at the end of the day, you got to keep the puck out of your net. That's the big. That is the biggest boom glowing stat to whatever else of why the Detroit Red Wings will make the playoffs this year.
That is staggering, man.
So what if they were average? If they were average, right? They go through that losing streak with if they were average, they got 6 more wins, 5 more wins. You know what I mean? Or ties, or your proverbial overtime points, and have 5 more points. I can guarantee you that, right? 80% is low. You ask Chris Draper, Kirk Maltby, and all the guys between 85 and 90. They were always trying to clip 90. And I don't know what the best is in the history of the Red Wings, what year that would be, but I'm sure those 2 clowns are on it.
Mike G's got a serious question for you, and I want to celebrate it when Mike G has a serious question because it's kind of groundbreaking.
Yeah.
D-Mac,
Shout out Mike G.
what is the identity of the Red Wings under Steve Yzerman?
Soft.
Sheesh.
No. What is the identity?
That's the first thing I think of when you talk about these Red Wings.
Do they have one?
You think soft?
I think soft.
I don't think they have one yet. I really don't. Because the thing was you what was the identity was trying to untangle the web of contracts and stuff like this. Now it's more youth.
Yeah.
And now it's more, but the identity too softer than they should be.
Yeah.
Right? That's why a guy like Austin Watson, I don't care, but seeing him with no teeth in the lineup, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, put him on the fourth. That's a role guy. And I know that inside the organizations, a lot of guys have been pleading to have him for a while, but the identity, so Spenny, and you're not wrong to say that, but I think I'm more with KG is I don't know what their identity is.
Yeah. I mean, they're still trying to establish it, but that's the first thing I think of when I think of the recent Red Wings.
They don't have anything they do particularly well.
See, and why I don't say that, if you said that at the beginning of the year under Lalonde, yes. Mm-hmm. Slow, soft.
They're playing harder against under McClellan.
They play it, but they have to play a 60-minute game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's the difference. You get the levels, right? The teams that are 4 to 12 or whatever at the bottom, right, have to play a 60-minute hockey game to compete with the top teams. The top teams, they can go to sleep for 5 or 6 minutes because they have the all-stars to either get them back in the game with the 50-goal scorer or the Vasilevsky behind the pipes that will shut that shit down, right? Dude, Vasilevsky would break every fucking stick over every player in front of him if their PK was 70%. Mm-hmm. That's just not accepted. So what's their identity? Spending even more? They need to find it because this obviously doesn't upset them enough. They don't understand yet that this is the number one stat to improve on. It's not and I know we need goals. I know we need power play guys contributing, but the PK to get the stop when you need. You know what I go back to? Remember that 5-on-3 in 2008? Zetterberg, Rafalski, and Lidstrom killed a 2-minute in Pittsburgh right?
They were on the
at
ice
end,
like the whole time.
right? And we won. That's what it is. That's the little things, and that's the frustrating things.
Yeah, Chase, did you have some?
I was just say, yeah, I had two things for DMAC. 88.3 and 95.96 is the all-time penalty kill percentage for the Red Wings history. And then also just adding to the identity. We talked about on Wake Up Woodward this morning. There's a bunch of nice guys. There's anybody who's like really gritty enough or tough enough to just really kind of like stand up for the team. That's kind of what I thought was the identity of the team.
They got to get – yeah, there's not that – that's why Watson comes – like there's some mean. Yeah. They need a guy that's mean. I just was flipping through X, and there's a kid, right, that plays in Columbus who's arguably the toughest guy in the league. His name's Matthew Olivier, right? And just to him to recognize – and he was talking to Biz. Shout out to the Spittin' Chicklets podcast. But he was talking to Biz and – talking about his identity and what got him in the league. And it's not that it's the fact that he's got to play the certain style because it allows the rest of the team to play a certain way. So now it's not as much looking for it, but it's being ready to answer the call. That's what you need. A guy that knows his role to play a little bit, the term Kenny Holland used to use was sandpaper. You need some more sandpaper.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Manugia Mansion, the talent isn't there. And then right under that, Brandon Katz. We have not confirmed that this is the, in fact, authentic Brandon Katz. Eisenman failed this team by refusing to add meaningful talent.
That sound like Katz.
Refusing to add. Neil, there's no refusing. How about guys didn't want to come here? How about the different things? It's not a refusing to add. And plus, it wasn't about if you got be hung up where you're at right now. And I know you've been here for 10 years, but I gotta believe with the development of the youth, right in front of our eyes, that this team next year has to take. And here's the thing: what I'm looking for, they got to take 2 steps, right? But they are a couple players away, and it's. I can explain why they're here, so I can accept it, but I don't have to like it. It is what it is. There's so much other great stuff in this city and in the state to worry about, right? Like, move on. And you say he let them down. I don't know who would have done a better job. His job ain't done. Like I'll sit here and I'll be like, I'm the first one who's going to criticize him, whether you believe it or not. Like, I'll always stick up for him, but it's right or wrong.
Problem,
that's a you problem. I mean, I see it, but what do you want? Right, the talent question is more of anything. Do they have it? And it's like sort of developing.
I would just go back and ask for he refused to add any meaningful talent. Who was the big free agent that moved?
Rannon.
Yeah.
Rannon. Do you want to to whatever? Which if you saw Mikko Rannon had 4 teams that he would
he
ever
was
play
not,
for.
He was never going to come.
Never
Cleveland.
coming to Detroit.
You
Do you understand that these top guys do that? I don't want to come and rebuild or whatever unless they've won or whatever. They want to go other places. This isn't a place to go. This ain't the Lions, right? This ain't the Lions on the cusp, on the verge. When they become the Lions, which is hopefully next year, somebody sees it. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Let's take the break. Let's talk about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. As a matter of fact, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer. What do they got popping right now? They got the 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for just $199 a month plus tax. We're getting towards the end of the month, everybody. So make your move. If you want the SUV, the Equinox front-wheel drive, $249 a month plus tax on the lease as well. Scan the QR code right above my head right there, right above the little Hawaii Bowl hat. Go ahead, take a look at the inventory and search it out. Look at the colors you want, all of that stuff. You can even start the buying or leasing process online as well. Why? Because it's Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Go up there, say hi to George and everybody else out there at Feldman. They're the best in the game, everybody. I've been telling you that for a very, very long time. Feldman Chevrolet in Novi.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! The boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? You should see what I did there. Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, live from the Planet Fitness Studios. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, back here with you. And did want to take a couple of minutes here because something very cool has gone on. And you guys know my affinity for Planet Fitness, and I've been a member there for a very, very long time. It's a big honor for me to welcome to Big D Energy the CEO of Epic Fitness Group, Mr. Brian Reef, here in the house. And Brian, I appreciate your time for sure coming on here. I know you're a big Darren McCarty fan, so I know it's pretty cool. Appreciate you stopping by. How are you, my friend?
I'm well. I'm very well. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. It's pretty cool, something that you guys did as well. And you guys at Planet Fitness, you guys kind of created this program, the Shutout Bullying campaign. And what you guys were able to do is to announce a $10,000 winner to a school that absolutely did a very, very good job with their programs in terms of anti-bullying. And it was actually Endeavor Charter Academy of Springfield, Michigan was this year's winner. And that's, again, for bullying prevention programming to a Michigan educational institution. Just tell everybody a little bit about that. I guess the why. Like, why does Planet Fitness get involved?
Well, I think the short answer is we're heavily involved in the communities that we're in, and as a business owner, really appreciate the fact that our members give to us, and having an opportunity to give back in those communities where we operate is certainly one of the things that we ascribe to.
And you guys did like a call to action on this too, because I saw this in the press release that was put out. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in children.
It's horrific. Yeah, absolutely.
And as a father of 3, and like right now as I say it, I get goosebumps up and down my arms because, like, look, we can do everything that we want to do as parents. The fact of the matter is, and this is something that I've learned that's really, really tough to deal with, is you can't monitor everything. I could tell you, right, just being honest, Brian, like I don't know. My kids are on spring break. They're at home, obviously, with my wife. But, like, I don't know exactly what they're doing. I think I do. I like to tell you I do.
Yeah.
But in reality, Brian, I don't. And I think that's very sobering to say.
Well, it's and I have 2 daughters, young adults, and we've gone through this. And I think it's a combination of social media and the fact that we're as a society, we're not paying enough attention to our health and wellness. I think that the tendency is for everybody to isolate one or the other, when the reality is there's a direct correlation between your physical well-being and your mental well-being.
No, that's so true, and it's not funny, but when you talk about not just talking about it, but being about it, we've sat in this Planet Fitness studio since I've been in 4 years or whatever, so getting behind it, and I think that for a lot of us, you don't realize, but Planet Fitness is part of our daily life. I know guys in here, these two guys, I know that what it means to me. How many Planet Fitnesses? Because it's not just in the state, it's across the country and stuff like this.
Yeah, there's over 2,600 in the U.S. alone now.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
Because when you see them and whatever, because like you said, it's not about, being the next Mr. Olympia. It's not about, but sometime for what you guys offer is the compassion. Yeah. Right? The compassion of a place to go, a place for some people who use that. I know that is their daily shower. You see, I watch a lot of YouTube, and you see a lot of van life, and you see a lot of stuff like this, that you guys have embraced that.
Right.
So the fact too, how important, like we're talking about and going out and showing this, but to the fact of whatever else that Planet Fitness is behind all different communities. What is the number one thing for you? Obviously, you mentioned that this hits home, right? And this hits home. So I guess what is the mission from Brian, from you, from the top to hear from the CEO?
Well, I think it's a great question. I think the success of our business model has everything to do with the judgment-free zone and that non-intimidating atmosphere that the founders set out for 25, 30 years ago. And we're really the first gym to embrace that and understand that it's not all about bodybuilding and powerlifting. We wanted to cater to the 80% of the population that are first-time and occasional gym users. So what I really love is that, now we have this philanthropic effort called the Judgment-Free Zone. So we're taking the Judgment-Free Zone in the club, outside of the club, and that's targeted towards adolescents. The other thing, in addition to the great relationship with the Red Wings and shutout bullying, for the past several years we've been doing High School Summer Pass, where we offer free gym memberships to high school kids from May until the end of August, till they go back to school.
That's and that, like, to me, there's one thing, like you said, is to talk about it, but it's also being about it, putting your money where your mouth is and showing that you want to be a part of it. But still, too, I think that's, as you tied it in, where it makes sense, right? So you're taking the judgment-free zone from inside Planet Fitness and expanding it outside Planet Fitness and focusing on the children and on the youth to get them in and to get active and stuff like this. I think with Planet Fitness also, it's a great family, a great thing for the family where you take it in. And how many times do we complain as old guys on the lawn, where we come from, when they turned the street lights on and I had to be home in 5 minutes, so we were always out and about, where sometimes kids these days are caught in front of the screens or on computers and stuff like that. So to give them the opportunity to learn and to also do it for free, I mean, what a win-win there. And my hat's off to all the leadership of
well, I guess my question on it, Brian, would be like, why? Like, we're in a world of mega conglomerate corporations and things like that, and the focus is how can we squeeze the last cent, for the shareholders and everything like that. And fair play, you guys are a publicly traded company. You are a big corporation. Why do you get involved, like boots on the ground? You partner with the Red Wings in this initiative as well. It's just it's refreshing to me, Brian. That's my point.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the principles and the values that we established as owners of our franchise group, and really, very few businesses succeed at all, but having an opportunity to be successful because we have great members, we have great partners in the media that help promote our business. I'm incredibly grateful that we have the opportunity to give back, and I wouldn't compromise that for anything. I think it's, I like the idea that businesses can do that, and not every business does, and sometimes they get a bad rap for that. But for us, there was not a second thought. We
are joined here in studio, of course, by Brian Reef. He's the CEO of Epic Fitness Group. Group and Planet Fitness partnered with the Detroit Red Wings. They awarded $10,000 for funding and bully prevention programming to Endeavor Charter Academy of Springfield, Michigan. And we have educators that watch the show here, Brian, and Tammy Chin, who works for one of the local public schools as well, says, sadly, suicide rates have gone up in kids under 15. I have a student at my building getting help at the age of 10. We are failing our youth, and social media is a part of the issue. But again, I mean, it's out there. It's around us, Brian. So I do have to say, man, hats off to you guys. Hats off to Planet Fitness, the Detroit Red Wings as well for, as I always like to say, you're not just talking about it, you're being about it. Right. So that's it.
One question, one last one, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Is there something about Planet Fitness that people don't know? Or is there like a little bit of a tidbit, maybe a historical fact or something that people might not know about Planet Fitness until like to try to get them in the door? Because once you get in there, we're the judgment-free zone, right? Where the fact is that people think, okay, judgment-free and whatever like that. But when you really go in there, you're left to your own devices, so to speak. But is there any little from the top, any nuggets that you can give us?
I think, as you know, the scale, certainly we're big box fitness, so we open in large spaces, typically 28 to 30,000 square feet. But I think at the end of the day, it's just keeping the gym clean. It's and I will mystery shop our competitors on a regular basis, and for the life of me, I don't understand how they don't grasp that concept in today's day and age. Obviously, the judgment-free zone and the non-intimidating atmosphere is relevant, but we still have a lot of people that will walk into our gym and they had no idea how big the gym was. I think their impression of gyms in general, unless it's Lifetime Fitness, is that this is going to be a small gym and I'm going to be packed in, and that obviously wears on people that are intimidated in the first place. But
cleanliness is next to godliness.
No, it absolutely is. One last thing for me, Brian, before we let you get on your way here. I've talked about it when I do the commercials. I've been a member over at Planet Fitness for over 3 years, and it's really helped me get fitness as an everyday part of my life, where I've accomplished, pretty much every fitness goal. I've trained for half marathons, through Planet Fitness and everything like that. So, and I travel a lot for work. It's everywhere. It's in every city I go to all the time. The routine never gets disrupted. And I brought my kids in there before too. So I just want to say thank you, man, because now granted I had to do the work. Like I didn't work out for me. Like I had to go do the work, but at the same time, it's been a big part of my life, man. So thank you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you're doing, and Woodward Sports has been an incredible partner for us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'd love to hear it. Thank you, Brian.
Brian Reef, everybody, the CEO here in the building of Epic Fitness Groups, and a really, really great job by them and the Detroit Red Wings. When we come back, we'll get into the NCAA tournament stuff for sure. Planet Fitness, everybody. You know it. Hey, a great segue. We're right here live from the Planet Fitness studios, and everything I just told you guys was true. And I know Brian and everybody, their marketing team, gives me a lot of, the talking points to talk to about Planet Fitness. But again, just being real with you guys, I'll never be a member at another gym. I won't. Number one, I look out the window here. There's a gym over there that's literally $75 a month to be a member at. Why? The weights weigh the same. I know. So again, Planet Fitness, the clean facilities. It's everywhere you are. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. To be a member right now this second, just go on your computer. Go to planetfitness.com or just walk in the door. You're going to pass a couple on the way home, and you can change your life as well. Planet Fitness, everybody. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. Use the promo code Woodward1000. And if you do that when you make your first deposit, when you make your first bet, if you do lose it, you'll get it all back as a free bonus bet. You want emotionally $1,000 on the Michigan Wolverines? You can do it. Use the promo code Woodward1000. If Michigan does lose, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. So there you go, everybody. Everything is handled for you. But at Caesars, the app is clean. It's easy to navigate. It doesn't glitch out on you. None of that. They're one of the OGs in the sports betting game. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, keeping it pushing, Big D Energy. Second hour of the show. It's a Rest in Peace Tuesday. Remember that.
It is. I forgot.
Don't forget that, everybody.
Yeah.
So act accordingly. Get your stuff together. I did want to...
Tigers are back.
Dr. Pierce is going to join us coming up in just a little bit because it is Tuesday. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this Parker Meadows. The nerve needs to wake up thing.
Right. Good luck
60-day injured list with Parker Meadows.
Is it falling apart, man?
I said yesterday I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, like, it's imperative that they get off the fast starts. I think we know that of this Tigers team.
Well, cool. They start at the Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly. So this doesn't bode
and then they're
well
at
for them
Seattle.
having a good start. We know that good start last year is pretty much the reason why they made the playoffs at the end.
And it was just a good start for them. Like, It wasn't like it was historic.
No,
or
it wasn't. No,
like
they
that.
were. I think the highest they got to was 7 games over 500, and then that's when they slid back.
Yes. Woodward Sports chat thread. Steve, Neil, did you get to watch Javi out at center field? No, he played third in the game I was at and made a beer league softball error.
Ryan Kreidler playing center field yesterday.
Yeah, he's gonna platoon with Margot. That's probably what they refused to put Riley in center, and I get the injury risk, but that's the smartest move. That's what I would do, but
It's too much ground to cover, man.
I hear you.
I have zero problem with them not running Riley Green out there because there's still questions about Riley Green finishing a full season,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like I have to have him play 145 games.
I get
it.
I get it.
Have to. So whatever that looks like, again, whatever it looks like to me, whatever they think that it needs to be, then that's what it has to be because I just don't. You gotta have him.
This is the product of not spending enough money in the offseason, I would say. I don't know if you agree with that.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
We're Gleyber Torres. That's your addition for a game
handsome.
that we don't. You know what? You almost got me.
Yeah, I'm
D-Mac,
trying. I'm
he
trying.
almost got me. He
Bro,
I inhaled and
I don't know if
everything.
you know this or not, but your defenses are down.
Yeah.
Right? Your defenses are down. You got a rolling stop sign. You got your Twitter hacked. KG. He's taking his shot.
Yeah,
You
why
almost
not?
had you. You might need a glass of milk or something. I don't know.
Steve, Javi can play shortstop, third, center field. He might be the most versatile piece they have.
It's true.
You're not going to get me either.
Here's the
Steve.
question.
You don't, Steve. You don't believe that, right?
You should at least take solace in it doesn't look like he'll play a lot at third unless it's like an emergency.
I mean, who's your starting third baseman opening day? Zach McKinstry? That
that's
doesn't
what
give
it's
me any
looking like.
solace.
That's what it's looking like.
Hey, because I saw him play third in a spring training game, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to ever see it again.
He'll be at short, though, right in his usual spot for opening day.
Absolutely.
Steve, not to mention his Gold Glove. Now I know he's playing with me.
It's too easy.
For those that don't know, by the way, because I do get that from people that genuinely believe it. You guys know that Javi Baez is a negative defender, right? You're literally better off with any other dude than him at short.
You realize that Javi Baez is your trigger word, right? Like, we could just say Javi Baez just in casual conversation.
No, because you guys know. Here, all right, you want to drill down into it? We got 4 minutes here. Yeah, you want to break me down? Here's the thing. You want to know what bothers me about him? And it's not just Javi. It's a lot like other things in life that bother me, like people that bother. It's not the people. It's not the people themselves. It's not Javi himself.
Philosophy.
It's the people that empower it or fall for it or believe in like something that's wholly not true, that you can give mathematical backing to it. And there are people in this chat that watch this network that still, when we put clips out on social media, they're like, oh, this guy's triggered. Doesn't he know that Javi's a great defender? He hasn't been a great defender for 3 years. And as you go through your 30s, do you magically get better? And there are people standing there, like looking through the window, waiting for dad to come home. He ain't coming home. It's over. That part of your life is over. And he's not going to get any better. That's my problem with it.
I hear you, but as a fan, they not going to do nothing about it. What else they supposed to do?
Just like read. Say, well, wait a minute.
Yeah,
is Javi a good defender?
He's an elite tagger, Neil.
Should we boycott
He's
the
an
games
elite
because they won't
tagger.
get rid of Javi?
No, see, like that's like, look, I've told you guys this. People are like, why are you a hater and stuff like that? I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm mad because I'm in. I'm all the way in. Every day for 162 times in some form or fashion, I will tap into the Tigers game. 162 times in 180-ish days. It's a huge part of my summer, just like it's a huge part of your summer, D-Mac. It's a huge part of your guys' summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You watch the games with your dad. Like it's part of it. And yeah, I'm going to be pissed off when they continue to trot somebody out there that's less than. I will be mad about that.
I hear you.
And especially if money is the reason.
And it is.
That proves to be the reason for everything with this team.
So
money.
that's it. And again, I know we have this conversation all the time, but it bears repeating. I can't take it anymore. I can't. There's not a redeeming quality about this guy. I got into arguments.
He looks cool.
He does look cool.
Yeah, it looks
he
real
looks
cool.
like a
He
superstar.
looked cool as hell when I was standing there 90 feet from him and watched him boot that ball at third base.
He's got drip, Neil.
Yeah, he's got drip. He had the bag draped over his shoulder, walking back to the wherever it is he walks back to in the 6th inning of the spring training game.
He does have an aura about him.
He's got an aura for sure.
Neil, I agree with everything you said, but just to the fans that do support it, what else is they supposed to do at this point? Like,
Can somebody? All right,
Javi's back.
Danny G. Baez will develop as a defender. You can't teach anyone tagging skills.
There you
developing at 30 is
At
crazy.
30.
He'll develop into the third base role.
Right.
Well, then,
center
like
field.
William Turnbull, are they going to DH him more?
No.
He was the worst hitter in baseball.
You can't DH him.
Torque is going to DH. Yeah, nah.
I'm
cool with that. If he can hit.
like I said, I'm not shouting from the rooftops that Torque is back, but he had his about of as good a spring as you could ask for him to have. He's over 1,000 OPS. He's got 5 bombs. Like, good. Go do it in the regular season. Go do it for a summer. And I don't need you to be 1,000 OPS for a summer, but
Spenny, what did you say about
at least
Skubal?
700.
What did you guys just say about Skubal? About his spring?
Yeah.
And then what'd you say? Okay, now
Go
go
do it.
show me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Torque, we're right there. I'm happier from the lack of self-awareness that he had going into training camp by what he said about his hitting. But
Yeah,
what
it's
I don't
one of the dumbest
care
things I've ever heard.
because you know what? If he didn't change a thing and this is how he's going to be, then so be it.
Yeah.
But he has changed things. You have.
Oh, he has?
Torque has. Torque has.
Oh,
it has been-
so he is a little bit
That's
coachable.
why you
Yes.
have a level of optimism for him, because he's actually learning. He's actually trying to
But
adjust
it's not.
his
It's right, and it's applying, Spenny. What I hear is you see him applying certain things.
Yes.
Right. That was the question out
You
of
can
his
see
comments.
tangible adjustments have been made, and that should give you, I don't want to say faith, but that should give you
optimism.
hope. Yeah, optimism.
Well, and I've seen him do it.
And he's done it for 3 months. So go do it for a whole year. Start there.
One final before we go to the commercial break. Maybe get you to Rest in Peace Tuesday. One final Javi watch for spring training. A spring training wrap up. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Batting average. Is he back? You tell me.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Is he back?
Let's hear it.
No, you tell me if he's back first, and we'll go through the numbers.
Oh, he's back.
If it's over 200, he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
Batting average
260.
171.
God!
Got me.
Got your ass.
What was the OPS though?
The OPS, 646.
Okay.
Which is
All
good
right.
for Javi.
That's
We
good
can
for
work
Javi.
with that. We can work with that.
The on-base percentage, 275.
Neil, get ready for it. He gonna misplay a ball and you gonna lose
But
your
did you
shit.
see
I'ma love
that
it.
double?
I did. I was there. I was at the game. I saw it.
Gapper.
He might lead the team in doubles.
He had
Might lead the remember?
he had 4 doubles.
Remember when Candelario led the league in doubles, Neil?
Yeah.
Come on. It can happen.
I do. Davy Cruz had
Yeah.
50 doubles one year.
Look out.
He had 4 hits. Or excuse me, he had 6 hits all spring. 4 of them were doubles.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, you just got to get him in a big spot,
Extra
D-Mac.
base power, Neil. Extra base power.
It's the new hip, bro. I'm telling you. He can pull. You know, he can sway.
Yeah, Neil,
The
what
new
about
LASIK.
RBIs, says Steve. What about RBIs, Neil?
Well, let's
You
see.
know, the thing that matters, you know, how games are measured, scoring points.
Yeah. In his 40 plate appearances,
10
ribbies.
he had 6.
There we go.
See, I was close.
All right.
I
All
was
right.
close. You'll take 6 ribbies.
Take 6 ribbies. You know, it's about the people in front of him not getting on base enough.
Well, for all 6 of those RBIs, he did ground into 4 double plays.
You know, hey.
you take
Well,
the
you
good
had
with the
4
bad.
doubles, right?
Also, in those 40 plate appearances, he struck out 8 times, grounded into 4 double plays.
Okay. You know,
Less strikeouts.
Yeah.
You like to see it.
less strikeouts for sure.
That's negative hitting.
Sounds like improvement to me.
Really? Because it seems the exact.
Wow,
It is
hey, that's
linear
great.
growth
We're,
from
we're
last
talking
year.
about one of our AA guys, right? We're talking about a guy in the minors that we're looking to that makes makes $1 million a year, right? That's what we're talking about.
yeah.
Oh no, we're talking about a guy that we're on the books for $75 million and paying 25 a year.
Another
Neil,
50 to go.
you like to see young players like this show linear growth. and from last year to this year, you can see the improvement. He's adapting to the league. Oh, wait, never mind. He's been in the league for a while, and he's 30,
32.
and he has a new hip.
I'm
But
telling you, that
listen,
new-
Well, did we talk about the LASIK?
we didn't talk
313.
about the LASIK yet.
He did get LASIK, right?
no, he
Yeah.
did not get LASIK.
He did not get LASIK?
No.
Oh.
Damn,
See,
not-
like, I can't even differentiate truth
It's-
with rumor with Javi.
Yeah, that is total false.
The
He
hip
did
is
not-
verified,
The hip
though.
is true. He did
Okay.
not
Scott
get
Harris
LASIK.
has spoken about the new hip. So
In the super chat, Burn, have faith that when Javi commits an error and Scooble looks like he is about to end Javi, I know Javi will have a mysterious injury
But,
and
Neil,
we will all be free.
Have you
I
seen
hope
him
so.
running the base paths? No more, getting thrown out at home because you didn't tag or
Well, yeah, because he's never on base.
it's, can't get out on the base paths if you don't get on the base paths.
yeah,
There
That's
you
big
go.
brain.
It's a good
Yeah.
point. Big brain spending.
big brain shit.
There are people out there, by the way, though, that do think that he's a good defender
Spinny
still.
guaranteed us 297
290 and 30 homers.
Or you owe me coffee, that's right.
Yeah. We definitely coffeed the 290 and 30
Right.
homers.
I think it was a bottle of Pappy 20.
I think it was, yeah. I think it was my nephew's tuition.
Be prepared to lose that bet, Neil.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat
Starting
thread.
shortstop for the AL All-Star team, Javi Baez.
See, look, Tommy K. I thought he got LASIK too. What the hell?
He
I
did
guess he's not
get
back.
LASIK.
Can we confirm?
We can confirm.
Chase, can we get you in the streets
Chase,
on
you
that?
was you was the one that broke the news.
Yeah, I said as someone who wears glasses, if it's true, I'm gonna support it.
That was all. That was not true. He did
It was
not
all
get
wishful thinking.
It was
Hyperbole.
satire.
Yes.
As someone who had to start wearing glasses in 7th grade, I started hitting the ball a lot better once I could see the laces. So I just, from experience, I thought maybe
So
there
you
was
s-
hope.
You spread misinformation, is what you
I didn't spread misinformation.
Steve, he's seeing the zone a lot better. I love how we work in these generalities that
Best
you
shape
can't
of his
prove.
life, Neil. Best shape of his life.
All I know is 171.
Yeah.
It's just
He's
about the
barreling the
approach.
ball up, though. Did you see the hard contact?
I know.
It's about
okay,
the
that's
approach,
enough.
Neil.
That's
It's about
enough.
the approach.
Rest in peace rest in peace to you guys in the studio because I'm gonna kill everybody in here. Mike G. Rest in peace, Bagel beating Coffee and Donut at Comerica Park. That's not true, is it,
No
D-Mac?
way. What?
The race?
Yeah.
What about it?
All
You
right,
can't get rid of the
Mike
race.
G saying rest in peace to the Dunkin'
They're
Donuts
getting rid of
race.
the Dunkin' race?
No,
Mike
hell
G,
no.
you better relax. You
Wow.
better crunch some
Man,
facts.
chill out.
Hey, but the worst part, I heard
Cuppy
I heard
What?
that was Javi's doing.
Javi's in Cuppy
Javi
Coffee.
said, you know what, me or the Dunkin' Donuts race. Wow. So get mad at Javi for that, boys.
I got a good RIP.
No, I didn't hear that. I hope that's the LASIK rumor.
I think that's hearsay.
Yeah.
There was a funny story about that with like the Devils like a week ago, with like their like scoreboard, like Dunkin' Donuts race.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
All I'm saying is Cuppy Coffee is goated.
Yep, for
Oh,
sure.
all the time. All the time.
Goated.
Better be coffee or donut. Get rid of that bagel.
Yeah, the
Get
bagel.
rid of that
is-
bagel.
we know
Who's
the
eating
bagel.
healthy?
All right, let's go to break. Come back.
Yes. Let's please get out of here for this. Rest in peace when we come back. Where are we going,
Tell us
Spenny?
about merch.
Merch. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Get geared up for the very best in Detroit sports wearables. Yes, get ready for opening day. Spencer Raxter's going to put on a show. He's going to be the Javi Baez of opening day, everybody.
right.
A lot of swings and misses.
Yep.
But they'll be, with the 2 times he does make contact, it'll be incredible.
Watch out.
But get ready, though, and get geared up. We have the very best Detroit sports wearables. Get ready for the NFL draft. Get the F Them Pick shirts. Get the Boo Them Kid shirt. Lions play the Rams again this year. We get another chance to boo them kids. Get ready. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
Praise Javier.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce here on Big D Energy every Tuesday. He'll be in a little bit later talking about activating nerves or something. Or Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy I trusted for 4 Stanley Cups. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, keep it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We are back like Javi. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. All of you in the building. Chase is in the Chase Lounge. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and get your thoughts out there. Join the festivities, I guess you could say. Seeing some of the usual chat members doing decently in the Woodward Sports bracket competition, by the way. Sound Kayak in 21st place, as a matter of fact.
Shout
out to him. Who else we got? Gromit's tied for 21st as well.
Shout out.
Anybody doing any good here?
I'm 1 point behind them. I'm tied for 41st.
I'm out.
How many points do you have?
I have 51.
Okay.
51, but everybody's still together, I guess you could say. I have 175 possible points, I guess. So that is out there.
Yeah, you're up there with like the most possible points left still, Neil. So
I know. I know. That was tone. All right, for the first time ever, that was on purpose.
That was home tone.
Right.
Dude, Chase, you just got home tone right there.
You don't have to tell me. I'm the one that made the picks. Yeah. No, but it is. You guys ready to put some people in the coffin?
I guess.
Rest in peace.
Real quick in the super chat. Nitty gritty. Rest in peace to my youth. I'm 42 today. Shout out Jackie Robinson. Yeah, the 40s. There's a big decline in the 40s, nitty gritty. I'm here to confirm.
I'm doomsday prepping for my 30s.
30s are fine.
I'm eating salad.
You still good?
Exercising, flossing.
Doomsday prepping.
Yeah.
Right.
No, 30s, so you'll
30s,
keep
you
it
still-
together.
yeah.
One day when you're in your 40s and it's a little different, one day you just wake up. Like I talk about with the athletes, one day you just wake up and it is over.
Yeah.
It's wild.
You know what the biggest thing is? And this is like not till you're but right when you're at the end of the 30s into 40s, your
glasses,
eyesight.
yeah.
You
wake up one day.
Wake up one day and you can't see your phone, or you're like something's off or whatever. Yeah,
Damn.
you might want to put it like a 1.0 or 1.25.
Start eating more carrots.
Well, there you go, Spenny. See, big head stuff.
Yeah.
big brain over there.
That's why horses never need glasses.
It's true.
That's a fact.
Dante 151, rest in peace to the Tiger sign at Comerica
Damn
Park.
it.
Come on, dude. Stay out of your lane.
Yeah, man.
Stay in your own lane.
Fuck.
Get a new one, Spenny.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, but rest in peace to that. If
Come
wanna
on,
see
Spenny.
it- If
You
you
ready?
want to see
No,
it,
go to
check out
somebody
Channel
else. That was
2.
mine. I don't fucking know.
Check
now.
out Channel 2.
I really don't know. Slow news.
Doing chat. We're doing chat rips before I get mine out there.
Yeah.
Stole it from me.
They skipped the line. That's the definition of skipping the line, Spenny. Come on. Chase, are you ready? You have good ones.
Yeah, you need me to go?
Oh,
Yes.
I got one.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, rest in peace to fucking Hunter Dickinson.
You prick.
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
on.
Put the fries in the bag, buddy. About goddamn time your geriatric ass is out of college fucking basketball. Goodbye, Hunter Dickinson. You're a douchebag. You're a loser. Good riddance. Put the fries in the bag, bud. Fuck that guy.
Man,
I hate
that was hatred.
I hate him. One of my most hated athletes ever.
It's wild, too, because Michigan fans hate him, too.
Dude,
Yeah.
He did a good job.
no, listen.
Man, come on.
Kansas fans hate him too.
Yeah,
Like
everybody
he's
hates
hated by some two big programs, and,
Because
it's
he's
own,
a
and
dick.
not because he's a player on the other team.
I'll tell you what.
Player on your own team, most hated player ever to play for you.
One of
Top
the
five
things
list.
one of the things that pisses me off the most about people is being a cornball and like the fucking ski mask shit that he did to go get his ass beat, and then his stupid ass fucking recruitment video. The world's waiting on you. Where are you at, Hunter Dickinson?
Nobody
I
cares.
think it's time. Douchebag. Grade A douchebag. Fuck him. Put the fries in the bag. Have fun with the Guangdong Tigers. Get the fuck out
Once
of here.
again, the NBA is not hunting for dicks. So,
No.
yeah. It's pretty
Every single team that he played for hates him.
Yeah.
He's a douchebag.
There's a reason for that. At a certain point, you're the problem.
Even Claude Lemieux, right? Whose teammates like hated him, but like as a player after, but he would give you results. He'd win Stanley Cups, and he'd be.
Right.
You could put that aside. This guy could be the most. And I know we don't do sports, but a top 5 most hated athletes in their own by their own fan base. He's got two.
single-handedly
He's
ruined
got two
Kansas
blue blood fan
basketball.
bases
3 now?
Yeah.
that hate him.
Yeah.
Single-handedly ruined Kansas basketball. He's just such a douche, man. That's-
Big facts confirmed.
Chase, who are you putting in the coffin?
I'm putting in the coffin high school recruit, specifically just thinking about Rick Pitino. He's only going after NIL, and I was just thinking about those high school kids he used to bring to Louisville and hook up with the prostitutes and stuff like that. So,
Well, you can still do it. It's just now that they'll be experienced.
yeah,
that's
but
all.
well, I mean, no, because it's the high school kids. So
Pitino
he's
had
not
great
recruiting those guys
reaction
anymore.
behind him,
Right.
man.
You're gonna have to go earn it in at a mid major before Rick Pitino is gonna wet your whistle, so to speak. So, R.I.P. to those high school kids. No chances to at least go to St. John's. But I mean, I don't know. We were talking about it yesterday. I think about to see a big change in collegiate athletics over the next couple of years. So I'm just calling it early.
No question. You're seeing it right now. You're absolutely seeing it right now. KG, who you putting in the coffin, my friend?
Only because I don't have anything else. Rest in peace to the guy that went on Stick's wife's picture and left a 2-page paragraph about his Pistons takes. Now listen, I do not agree with the tactics at all. You know that was some bullshit. I agree with the first 4 to 5 sentences of what he said about the Pistons, though. But besides that, that was some bullshit, and we don't condone that. We don't condone that at
Chase,
all.
let's stick in there for a minute. And this, Kenny.
Yeah.
Not just Stick's wife's picture. Stick's wedding day picture.
Yeah, that's wild.
Stick, can you?
It was an anniversary post.
Anniversary post. Can you update us to what's going on here?
Well, the man has since deleted said post because
Yes.
apparently he watches the morning show and has gone on Woodward Sports post to tag me and still go on his rant.
Oh, wow.
So he has retracted.
continued the rant.
And
You
it
know what,
says,
though? You
I
gotta
only
respect
chose that post because it was the most recent on your Instagram. I didn't notice your wife had actually posted it.
Oh, shit.
Fair enough.
This guy is hilarious,
Yeah.
though.
I don't have a problem.
No, fair enough.
I mean,
I did like how he segued. It's the only way. I know this is a little bit, but it's the only way I could find this
Right.
fucking
He
moron.
literally
That's the first.
oh my God! No major twist in this. Guess who is a mutual follower? Though, when I just went on his profile,
Who?
I'm gonna show it to you, and I want.
Okay.
Well, whenever that comes up, it's all. Is it Spiro?
Oh, shit. It's a burner. No.
Of course.
It's a burner. It's a burner. I'm calling. It's a KD style burner, bro. I guarantee you.
What is it?
Of course.
It's Sam Flannel's bootleg account. Absolutely.
No way.
To the point, rest.
Oh shit.
Holy shit, Sam, you busted, dog.
I'm gonna rest it. See, that was. I'm gonna extend on the hunt dick.
Oh no.
That's the only mutual follow. Sam, this don't look good, bro.
That-
You know I defend you as much as I can.
So what
This don't
looks
look
worse,
good,
his
dog.
hunt dick take or this fact? This
Nah, this.
rest in peace, Flannel. That's mine, Flannel. There you go.
Yeah.
He also set his account to private because it was not private this morning. I have a screenshot of what this dude actually looks
Holy
like.
shit.
So he's had a busy morning. Damn. But rest in peace.
I'm gonna put
Plot
Flannel.
thickens.
Flannel's having a
Bro,
rough
I
week.
gotta send this to the group chat.
Dog, we got a
yeah,
Scooby-Doo
100%.
mystery on
Listen,
our hands.
I have a burner on Twitter, but it is the most obvious. It's a fake Easy account, and then Easy has a fake Spenny account,
Oh, wow.
and all we use them is to just retweet our own shit. So it's like, if you go and you look at the page, it's like every like and retweet are just all of my posts.
See, I don't know if Flannel liked him before this morning or not.
Oh, shit.
Oh, 100%. They've been buddies for a long time. I'm going with it, whether or not he just.
Yeah, maybe
if
it's
that's-
one of Flannel's Illinois friends.
Yeah, if that's not Flannel on a burner account, he orchestrated the attack. We
my
can say
gosh,
that. Right,
dude.
we got a wrestling story.
JFK files are coming out. Epstein's the Flannel files. We got the Flannel files, Neil.
But before he went
We're digging into this.
This is who he is. That's before they went private. He's
This
my
is
boy
deep
with the cowboy
state.
hat.
We gonna figure this shit out. We got a Scooby-Doo mystery on our hands.
who you are, sir.
This is wild.
I did it for Flannel.
Day films.
Hey, D-Mac in Rikishi voice, I did it for Flannel.
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 Michael Daniel, rest in peace to a lefty at first for the Tigers. He's always got to stay on brand no matter what's going on around him. He stays on brand. Burn in the super chat.
Release
J-
the flannel accords.
Right. This shit is real.
Unredacted.
Unredacted.
Burn in the super chat. Bro, just send a super chat if you got to be heard that bad. Rest in peace to Jordan Love. They put the Bears and Caleb Williams ahead of you in the preseason ranking. That is tough.
Well, Neil,
everyone's going to fall for the Bears thing again, huh?
I guess he is right, though. Like super chats to skip the line. If you also want to skip the line and get addressed, go comment on my wife's photo. Like, that's one way to get addressed.
Dude, people like that are wild, bro. Like when the Commanders thing went on around here,
That's
dude.
what me and Lentz were talking about in the back.
They got on everything of mine. Everything. Picture with my sons at a game or something like that. Like dropping your sons look like they say the N-word a lot. I was like, what?
Shit. God damn.
Like,
Remember when I pissed off all of Green Bay last year?
Yes.
I thought this was a fun troll by the Green Bay. They kept signing me up for Green Bay Packers emails. Like
that's
I got
hilarious.
subscribed to like Bloomfield Bounce House was signed up for everything Green Bay.
That's hilarious.
And you have to go in and unfollow. But to me, that's fun.
That's clever.
Like that's fun.
Yeah, that's clever.
But when my wife wakes me up at 5 a.m., like some guy's talking about you on my social media, I'm like,
and it's
what?
a page, 2 pages worth of shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's in Slack, Spenny, if you want to show them.
Oh, Flannel, man.
What
Damn,
Slack
bro.
is it in?
It's not looking
morning
good.
show. It should already be downloaded too.
Flannel, the glove might fit, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, the fact that flannel's the mutual.
The glove might
Of
fit,
course.
bro.
Of course.
Of course he is.
Neil, what do you
New
always say?
development.
On brand.
On brand.
That's on brand, Sam.
Mike
shit.
G.
It
Flannel
was a
only
paragraph.
follows U of M football, Eddie Bauer, and Deja Vu.
Eddie Bauer.
Deja Vu.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
Why,
with Eddie Bauer.
why Eddie Bauer taking
Yeah,
strays
nothing wrong
right
with
now?
Eddie Bauer.
Yeah. You don't see many Eddie Bauer stores anymore, though. But
Well, it's just
it was all right. It was all right. The Vu still kicking, though.
Yeah.
They're still there.
The Vu is alive
The
and well.
Ipsy Vu. I
Hey.
went there when I was 16 on a fake ID. It was one of the greatest times ever.
As long as they got $10 on new dances, they ain't going nowhere. I
Right.
promise you.
Pay for my $15 soda.
Yes, sir.
Real quick before we take the break, and we're joined by
This is crazy,
by
though.
Dr. Pierce. Though.
I'm telling you, dog.
Last one for me here. Rest in peace. There. I mean, like, look at that, dude.
That is nuts, bro. That was it.
Touch some grass, brother. Touch some grass.
Look at that, D.
Flannel, you on the hook for this, dog. You on the hook for it. That's on his wife's. That's on their wedding picture.
Touch some grass, brother.
holy
Jesus.
cow, yeah. So take your socks and shoes off and go walk around in the grass, bro. Get connected to the earth.
bro.
Yeah, but I gotta, HR gonna call a flag. To the fact of you know what, you're treading very thin if you start getting family people involved. That's all because everybody will react differently.
That's a fact.
Right?
You mentioned-
And just, dude, I guess you do what
There's
you
a-
want to
there's a
do, but
guy
I know
out there-
some people that you know what would not take too kindly. to that.
There's a guy out there that mentioned Easy's son, and he knows that if me and Easy see him in real life, we'll beat the dog piss out of him.
Right.
So like,
And
Can
of course,
can we get a picture of him?
I don't know.
So we
No,
all,
he used
just
a-
so we all know.
He used a burner account.
Fun fact: he's followed by Flannel Sam.
yeah. And in
Flannel.
true Big D Energy audience form, the chat right now is talking about Deja Vu.
Hey.
JB Smooth,
Hey,
nothing wrong with Deja Vu.
Goddamn right.
Gears, Games, and Grubs. Deja Vu is still open.
That is a Michigan
The away
staple.
fan.
Nothing wrong with the VU.
No slander for Deja Vu. I
Yeah.
dated a nice lady from there.
There you go.
So
Hey, shout out, man.
You knew our audience was going to gravitate towards a Deja Vu.
It's a Michigan staple. The one in Detroit and the one in Yipsy are goated.
Real quick here, I'll do my rest in peace. Rest in peace to the Cinderella in the NCAA tournament, and here's why. TNT Sports and CBS Sports are delivering the NCAA tournament's highest viewership since 1993. 9.4 million viewers through the second round. We cracked this code yesterday. If they can somehow make North Carolina the Cinderella, which is what they did, then that's it. It's over. So you guys get what you want. Enjoy it. Have fun, everybody. So there you go. All right, when we come back, Dr. Pierce will join us. Tell him about opening day.
Opening day, D-Mac.
Absolutely, opening day coming up close. A couple weeks now. It's Friday. It's National Spend More Racks Day for everybody downtown Detroit. Get ready. Tigers opening day is here. Friday, April 4th. Join Woodward Sports for the biggest and best party in the D. The Grand Slam Festival outdoor tent party at the Detroit Opera House. The broadcast is brought to you by Jars Cannabis, Mad Packs, and White Claw. So there'll be drinks flowing, smoke clouds will rise, the party won't stop. Woodward Sports Network broadcasts will go all day. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. GrandSlamDetroit.com. Woodward Sports opening day brought to you by Jars Cannabis, Mad Packs, and White Claw.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. choice. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting a game or simply just chilling, Jars Cannabis, they have you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got over 30 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations right here in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can get your favorite product today. Make sure you check out the Darren McCarty brand.
All right, coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, but it is Tuesday. As always, we're joined by our injury insider, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. His visit powered by MRI of Southfield, our guy, Dr. Jeff Pierce. We're lucky we have him in studio today. You're not in Miami or Israel or Los Angeles or Beverly Hills or wherever you've been out gallivanting around. No, Doc, it's good to have you back in studio. How are you, man?
I'm going to be from the kayak here pretty soon.
Oh, really?
We'll start doing shows from the kayak.
We have a little GoPro on your helmet or whatever.
That's right. That's right.
I would like it.
We'll set that up. Maybe we'll all go out on the kayak.
Let's do it, man.
All
Do
right.
a little remote. Doc, we've been talking a lot of baseball, and we'll be ramping that up because opening day is this week. The Tigers will be in L.A. playing the Dodgers, and they get that going on Thursday night, national TV, all of that. Doc, and look, we have one segment, so I can't get to all the injuries because we would be here all day. But the one that jumps out, and I know you've touched on it in the past, but I need to know, Doc. The biggest one I feel like is the Parker Meadows injury. This is a guy that came out. He is a very, very good defender. The metrics say he's a good defender, unlike Javi Baez. And for me, Doc, he's the biggest missing piece. And now you're talking 60-day DL, and they're, quote, waiting for a nerve to wake up. Doc, come on. What the hell does that mean, dude?
That's basically how we try to simplify it for the public.
Okay.
I mean, waking up, we use that terminology. So think of something being shocked. Like we talk about spinal shock. We talk about cervical shock. The nerve gets shocked. It's like a neuropraxia is the technical term. I don't know if we have some anatomy, but someone told me it was a cutaneous nerve. I might have misspoke on a prior show, but it's a muscle cutaneous nerve, which is, you've heard about the brachial plexus. It's a very complex nerve coming from the spine, from your neck, going through your armpit, and then it creates all these branches. The muscocutaneous nerve is one of the major branches, which you can see there at the top. And I'm just showing you the detail of how much anatomy is going on in your armpit. And when you read what he says, he felt a pop, he felt something in his arm, and his arm kind of went dead. That muscocutaneous nerve innervates, stimulates multiple muscles in the upper arm. So you're talking about the bicep, the brachioradialis, kind of the big muscle up front. We all know our biceps. The brachioradialis is the one that's over your forearm on the outside if you got your palm up. And then, there's another muscle in there also. So that's the distribution. We're showing there kind of the detailed anatomy and then where the distribution is. He's starting to feel like I feel funny in my forearm. Those are all a distribution of that nerve. So what did he do? He probably overstretched that nerve. He supposedly got a very detailed nerve test, which we call an EMG test, which looks at objectively instead of subjectively, meaning subjectively is like what you're saying and what you're feeling, versus objectively is like what shows up on MRIs, what shows up on EMGs. You can't fake that. You can't describe it. We're looking at it from an anatomical. So when we say the nerve is waking up, am I getting too detailed?
No. I mean, it's detailed, but I'm gonna kind of land the plane on it, Doc. So essentially, this nerve is the 275/696 interchange. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Like it's
all right.
Is that fair? Like
it's not 75, it's 275.
275 and 696, right? Like that's
it's the branches of the major highway. I can go with that.
Okay, cool. See, I'm just trying to relate the material, but the moral of the story, Doc. Noah Messi, by the way, undoubtedly the best doctor in Michigan in the chat. So there you go.
Wow.
But Doc, the moral of the story for me is I don't like the sound of this. You know what I mean? 60-day DLs, interchanges for nerves. The nerve is dead. We're waiting for it to wake up. Like, Doc, is he screwed or like what's the deal here, man?
No, those are all. I would use that terminology also. So, yes, they're right on. What happens in a like a shock, like we hear it a lot. Like you'll see a guy get hit in football, it's kind of classic, and then his whole arm will go dead.
Like a stinger,
right?
a stinger, right?
Yeah, it's a sting. It's the classic stinger. But now you're getting what we call a neuropraxia, which is a deadening of the nerve where it doesn't just pop back. Like in a stinger, you kind of shake your arm out, and an hour later you're doing okay. This isn't responding. So now we're looking for breaking of the nerve, and we're not seeing that. The nerve test, which I was getting to, I think was done in San Diego or Phoenix or something. He's seeing that there's activity in the nerve on the EMG. So it's electrical impulses that we put through, and we look at how it's stimulating. So the good news is I'm assuming he's getting the stimulation through the nerve. It's just how fast it'll activate. Younger player, there is some stuff, there's some therapy, there's that raking, but actually it's like, think of like it being shocked, and it shuts down and it just goes slowly turn back on. Sometimes we talk about acupuncture, we talk about secret sauces, we do all that, and he's going to get all of it. But at the end of the day, it's that activity level that we can measure by looking at his muscle activities from that nerve specifically.
So I think that the biggest thing, right, when we're talking about nerves, we're not talking about bone, we're not talking about ligaments or surgery or stuff. Like the nerves, when you're talking about this, is it just a time thing? Because I think the one thing is like 60 days.
Frustration.
Well, it's a 60. No, the frustration is the unknown. Right?
Yeah.
Like we don't deal with unless it's pitchers and stuff like this. Is this something like a pitching injury? Is this a Tommy John situation?
No.
Because it's not ligament, it's nerve, right? So what as a doctor, is it just time? Like how do you repair nerves?
Well, there's medications we think we give, there's peptides we think we give, there's secret sauce we give, there's laser, there's electrical stim, there's all those things. Like, there's a new device that I'm working with for muscle stimulation. So are we worried that he's going to get atrophy of those muscles? Maybe he should be on these things where it self-contracts and maintains the muscle while he's in recovery. There's a lot of things to think about, but unfortunately, he's not my patient. But these guys know what they're doing. They're on cutting edge. But yeah, at the end of the day, the human body is the human body. We can't push it. It can be 6 months. I just think they're saying it's not going to be 30 days for his return. I'm surprised they put it to 60. I think it should go 30 by 30, but I'm not seeing what's going on or examining. If he's got no movement where he can't throw, that means a lot of the muscles are not kicking in for his throwing activity. You're just talking one segment of the arm, one nerve. Again, if you want to show the picture again of how much integration of the nerves going on, there's a lot of anatomy.
It's 696 and 275, and you're trying to get home from the west side.
Shut that down. You're sitting in traffic for a long time.
No, absolutely. So, no, but Doc, like
that's a great picture of the brachial plexus, the breakdown, how it comes from the neck. They all form the brachial plexus in the armpit, and then it branches off into its needed muscles and all the way down to your fingers.
So Peaceful Tim in the chat, his remedy of, oh, come on, put some frozen peas on it and get out there. Like that's not it. No, but Doc, I did read, though, the good thing for Parker Meadows in all this, he can do physical activity. To some degree baseball activity, but physical activity, running, all that kind of stuff. As I read a couple of stories on it, they do expect that once the nerve wakes up, I guess the terminology is the thing that the nerve wakes up.
We can use fancy terms, so we can say just wake up.
Yeah, wake up. He should be able to hit the ground running because, Doc, here's what I'm terrified of. It all comes back to this, right? And certainly I want him to get healthy. I do, because he's proven he can help this ball club.
Right.
And I was one of his bigger detractors when he hit 071 for the first 2 months that he was up there. But he proved that he can impact a baseball game, certainly defensively.
Right.
And he's so needed right now. And I guess that's my thing, right? When the nerve does fire, he can pretty quickly get back into baseball shape, right? Because he's physically in shape still.
Yeah, he shouldn't lose baseball shape. If they do the fancy stuff for that arm to maintain its strength, that's great. But don't think like it's like a thorn in you and then you pull the thorn out and everything's okay. There's a gradual progression of the nerve. There's, hopefully it's not more than a neuropraxia. If it's severed or cut, then you're talking about millimeters a month. That's not good. So you're talking about a gradual turning on what's more aggressive. So it's not like 6 months, boom, you pulled the thorn out and the switch went back on.
So is 60 days a guess?
Oh yeah, it's total guess.
Could it fire next week?
It could activate in some of his nutritional health, nerve health, certain medications may activate it quicker. I mean, he's young, he's healthy, he has a lot more positives on his side than negatives.
Okay. I wanted to have a sit down and discuss it.
I think we got a little deep there on the
No, we did, but it's good though because it helps the understanding. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the terminology they use. We're waiting for the nerve to wake up.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? But as you explain it, the nerve that is 696 and 275, a lot's going through there, a lot of traffic going through there. So it does make sense. What else you got going on, Doc?
What else? I don't know. Getting ready for summer. I talk about preseason stuff, not just baseball, but all our listeners that think they're golfers and softball players and flag football and
we're gonna hit the ground running, Doc.
Yeah, it's that gradual return. It doesn't.
There is no gradual return. We're in there.
So let's categorize. I'm trying to figure out how to talk to decades of people, right?
Yeah.
So we talked about how you get out of bed. How slow do you get out of bed? Do you pop out of bed and you come out running, or do you roll around in bed a couple times? You got to stretch. You need about 2 to 3 minutes to get going. You need 10 to 20 minutes. These are all signs that you're not ready for preseason sports if you're not popping out of bed easily. Prevention's key. I mean, Michigan Sports and Spying from day one, I've pushed that prevention, stretching, being proactive, finding nutritional patterns. It's not a cup of coffee and swinging your cell phone and texting on your phone as the morning warm up. You got to be true to yourself. If you're looking not to see people like us, you got to respect your body. I think the younger individuals today are doing a much better job, but I think they're taking a lot for granted. So, yeah, I mean, what can we talk about? We don't have the Lions. We can talk about Hutch, his recovery, but at the end of the day, we want to talk about what's important to the viewers.
No doubt.
And this stretching, you're really good. You exercise every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that think they were exercising every day and they're fooling themselves because they're not seeing any results. So it's start the morning. Start your morning right. If you're having pain when you wake up in the morning, then stretch at night. These little things really add up. As far as flexibility, we talked about brittle. We talked about the pickleball craze. It's the fastest growing sport, also the fastest growing in injuries too. Younger people are playing that sport too. Your average age has moved out of the 60s.
Making my insurance premiums go up.
Yeah, your Medicare is going up right now.
Get in shape, before you don't just roll out there and start playing pickleball. Get in shape first.
That's right.
So my insurance premiums don't go up. It's about me.
It's about everybody. So help the government out there. They don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I mean there's a lot of stuff going on. We're working on a lot of prevention. We're doing the nursing home stuff, which we don't go there to die. We're actually developing new programs for that. There's core muscle, floor muscle. We're working with a new equipment called BTL that we're looking at to start helping out with what's reality of clinical and stuff like that. So
all right,
there's a lot of things going on.
In the chat, Dr. Pierce is the man. Yes, he is. We certainly do appreciate the time, Doc, for sure, my friend.
Yeah, I think we're going to start bringing in some of my other docs, too, like
Cool.
Dr. Dobrit, people that are just, crushing it behind the scenes from my office. And his expertise, he's like the godfather of pain, as far as procedures and stuff like that. And we're just trying to branch out. We're trying to bring a new attitude to medicine. Something I do want to touch on is that I want to hear from the chat. Is traditional medicine losing credibility? Meaning, do you feel like you go to a doctor, they're so fast-paced, they're just listening to about 50% of what you're saying, and they're handing you a pill to solve it?
Here's one from Neil in Washington Township. Yes, Doc, I agree with that. You're
Already?
incentivized.
Well, I think that more so today, just with anything else. Like we just had Brian in from Planet Fitness. We talk about food. It's all about you have to be more self-involved in your own healthcare. It's not just go to a doctor and listen. There's stuff on the internet. Like, people are more educated that want to learn. Plus, people are getting older too, so they want to feel better, right? And they're willing to do whatever. So I think it's, Doc, I think it's the communication and the transparency from your side, because usually it's like, oh, it's a doctor, and don't go in the office and don't bother them, and we've probably got surgery. So I think it's more of the conversation and the personability that and the education, right? I didn't know all the, like, for whatever else, like, thank goodness never had any nerve issues, but we never got into how it's effective like this. I think my first thing is nerve, 60 days, what's it? And you're telling me that it's more, your diet and your treatment and the sauce and stuff like that. But you don't sound, to me, Neil, it doesn't sound like Doc is as worried as he has been on different guys' injuries.
Well, Leo in the chat says, "Don't go corporate, Doc, if you actually care." But no, that's the moral of the story, Doc. I mean, that's why we talk. Like, I trust you to ask you what's right for me, and I'm not like, I don't go see you in the office because I see you here every week. But no, that's the thing that's kind of like real talking right now. Right. Just as I've gotten to know you, though, like, you do care. Like, you do care about people. Darren McCarty is sitting right here telling you guys he would not have won another Stanley Cup without him. Like, I guess that's what I'm trying to just drive across, Doc. Like, through our relationship, and I've gotten to know you and stuff like that. Like, you're going to be hanging out in Miami and stuff like that because that's what you are. But you do care, Doc. So I do appreciate that.
I'm spreading the word down there. I'm not.
I know.
These aren't just vacations. They're not vacations. They're work related, But the corporate thing is really what we're going after. I mean,
yes, that's been a big thing to you, yeah.
There's a big thing with Blue Cross right now with therapy that's going to hinder your abilities to do therapy appropriately. So it's a big thing. I know it's making the news big time right now. I think the Free Press just put out a big article yesterday. I know Grand Rapids is covering, but it's a statewide issue of therapy, and the corporate is taking over. We have to reduce the cost. You can't depend on your medical care to do it. Like what Darren said, you have so much education out there. I want to be a resource. Our major reason for starting the show wasn't to talk about Lions injuries.
Right.
It was to be a resource for the common person out there of where to go, how to go, and how to get there quickly. Because if you make the first mistake by going to the wrong doctor, all your insurance is used up. So now it's coming out of pocket, or you don't do it. So the educational piece, the self-awareness, the proactive stretching before you get out of bed to prevent that injury is the first key of being successful. It hurts my business personally, but in the big picture, no, that's really what we're trying to do, is being proactive, and I'm really on my soapbox right now.
Well, Doc, no, I appreciate it, though.
Doc,
you keep it real.
Before we get you, I got a quick question. Do you have a hand guy? Because my dad hurt his hand, and it's really bothering him. It's been bothering him the past couple of weeks. Do you have someone you could recommend as like a hand specialist that he could go see?
Yeah, we can handle it if it's not surgical, and if it's surgical, we can get him to the right people.
Okay.
There it is. Dr. Pierce, the answer. Doc, appreciate you, man.
All right, this is fun today.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday. As always, Dr. Pierce is our guy. Where are we going, Spenny?
Let's just do socials and Les Stanford, and then we'll come back.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
All right, let me tell you about where you can follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms. It's at Woodward Sports. It's pretty easy to remember. On Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all platforms. We're giving you the best content in the state. Make sure you tap in to Woodward Sports on all social media platforms.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford Buick and GMC has great offers for everyone. Get a 2024 Envision Avenir for only $299 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for only $229 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $799 per month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC, LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive. Broom, broom.
All right, final segment of the show, Big D Energy. Good, cool conversation with Doc today, man.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like I always tell Doc, I trust Doc with my life.
You
know
did.
what I mean? No, I like that with my career, but with
Yeah.
my life, with my kids. But, my son Griffin's concussions and his knee injuries and different stuff like that. It's the personability, right?
Doc's the man.
Where you want to get it around it, and when you run into guys, and I'm very fortunate, right? Because the guys that have worked with the Red Wings, whether it's Doc Plagans, Dr. Colucci, Dr. Finley, whatever, all compassionate men, right? To this day, like Doc Plagans in Ann Arbor, you can call him Colucci, and even his son who's out in Macomb. But these guys, like, once you're in, and that's the good thing, is the advice, and lean on them where he wants to, like Doc wants to be somebody that you can bounce things off of, not only for us professionally, but it's more important why he does this is to have that connection to you, because as insurance and as the healthcare system becomes more corporate, here are the people who aren't, right? That refuse to be. Doc could have sold out a long time ago. The conversations that I've heard be a part of about 3-4 different times, but that's not what he's about. And I think that as far as the relationship with Woodward and stuff is that we get that out, but he actually gives a shit about you guys.
And real quick, before we do get out of here, shout out to Malcolm Rodriguez. On
Yeah.
the birth of his child, friend of the network, friend of the show.
Sir.
So congratulations to
Got a
Malcolm.
baby?
Yep.
Hey, out of
There you
boy,
go.
Daddy Malcolm.
Absolutely.
So
Shout out.
congratulations to him and his wife.
Shout out
That's
Rodrigo.
awesome.
Spoken from two sick stash guys.
Yep.
2 sick stash
Absolutely.
Stash to stash.
Top 5 list tomorrow. Where were we at with it?
Ooh, top 5 upsets
Okay.
in honor of March Madness.
There you go.
Oh,
top 5
top
upsets.
upsets.
They don't have to be
Don't
sports
have to
related.
be sports related.
You can you know.
My number 1, 2, and 3 are not sports related. I already know what they are.
Okay.
I got one in there that I
The Prussian War?
Yeah? I'll tell you. Fucking those good old American boys putting those Brits back into the deep blue sea.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
That was a pretty big
That's
upset.
number 1 upset of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple war-related runs.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt. So, yeah, top 5 upsets of all time in honor
Number
of
2,
March Madness.
I don't think anybody in this room would guess what my number 2 is, and I think it's one of the greatest upsets in the history of ever.
I can't wait.
So, yeah.
I can't wait. Justin Station, Rodrigo about to be healthy AF, having a kid boost your testosterone. Is that true?
Dad strength. It's a real thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the dad strength
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yes. We're back, baby.
Yep.
We are absolutely back. All right. Yeah, let's cut out. I got a national soccer referee
Oh, look at this
call
guy.
I have to go on.
Shout out.
Get a load of this
Yeah.
guy over here.
Big
How
time.
excited are you?
Big time.
Fired up, man.
Yeah, attaboy.
All right, anyway. Back at it tomorrow. Top 5 upsets in honor of March for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge. I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Well, see you later.